Ever found yourself growing more curious with age, only to feel dismissed or misunderstood when asking questions? Today's rapid pace and tech-driven world can widen the gap between generations, leaving us frustrated. But this gap can be bridged without the sting of sarcasm or a hint of arrogance. In this video, we'll cover 5 essential insights to enhance how we connect and communicate. We'll look at why indirect questions can be more effective, the role of humility and compassion, and how to manage our emotions thoughtfully. By the end, you'll understand how to approach conversations with younger generations in ways that preserve both dignity and self-worth, even when the world seems to undervalue the wisdom of experience. Stay with us, because the tips shared here could transform your interactions, help you avoid unnecessary conflict, and boost your well-being in this new chapter of life. If you're not yet subscribed, consider joining us and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Your support means a lot. Enjoy the video, show your appreciation by liking and sharing to help spread these valuable insights. Now let's dive in. Number 1. Stay curious, but choose how we ask. As we journey through life, changes unfold. Our bodies and senses shift. Hearing fades, eyesight dims. What was once clear can now feel distant. Yet, as our physical world narrows, our curiosity soars. This is the irony of aging. The world within us grows richer, more vibrant, while the external world becomes harder to access. We feel the need to know more, to understand deeper, to keep engaging with life. And that's a beautiful drive, a hunger that keeps us vibrant. But the key is how we express this curiosity. We live in a time of rapid change. Younger generations hold knowledge in their hands, literally, with information a mere swipe away. To them, it's second nature. For us, it's a marvel. They're used to instant answers, while we remember when learning took time, books, and real conversations. This difference can lead to unintended barriers between us, especially when we ask questions out of genuine wonder, only to be met with impatience or sarcasm. We might hear, "Just look it up," or sense we're being brushed off. And though these responses may seem small to them, they can hit deep. We've built lives, raised families, weathered storms, and here we are, eager to know more. The sting of feeling dismissed can be profound. So how do we navigate this? How do we keep our curiosity alive without inviting dismissive reactions? We can shift our approach. Rather than asking direct questions, we can offer genuine compliments or reflections, saying it's amazing how easily you can find things nowadays. Or, "I admire how knowledgeable you are about this," opens the door for sharing. This approach respects their abilities and invites them to engage without feeling quizzed. In doing so, we find that younger people are more open, more willing to share. Our curiosity doesn't need to fade. It's how we nurture it that matters. By showing appreciation, we build bridges. Conversations shift from "what is that" to "tell me about this," creating an environment where both sides feel respected. This allows us to grow, not in isolation, but as part of an interconnected community. Here are 5 tips for staying curious while fostering positive connections with younger generations. 1. Frame curiosity as admiration. Turn questions into appreciative observations. For example, instead of asking directly, say, "I'm amazed at how quickly you find information." This not only expresses curiosity but also shows respect for their abilities, making it more likely they'll share insights. Number 2, ask open-ended questions. Choose questions that invite stories or experiences, rather than straightforward answers. For instance, try asking, "What's the most surprising thing you learned recently?" This shifts the conversation towards sharing rather than quizzing, making it more enjoyable for both of you. 3. Listen more, respond thoughtfully. When they explain something, listen actively and respond with genuine interest. Avoid interrupting or jumping in with more questions too quickly. Instead, reflect on what they're saying, even if it's outside your comfort zone. This gives them a chance to feel valued and encourages richer exchanges. 4. Stay informed on current trends. Make an effort to stay up to date with general trends or topics in technology, pop culture, or social media. Knowing a bit about what interests younger generations can help you ask more relevant questions and ease any tension, making conversations flow more naturally. 5. Celebrate learning together. Embrace moments where they teach you something new as opportunities to connect. Say, "Thank you for explaining that. I never knew about it." This shows humility and appreciation for shared learning, strengthening the bond and encouraging open, respectful communication. Also, we learn how to celebrate others' success here. Let us tell you a story of your friend, Mary. Mary had always been known for her quiet dedication and skill in her work at a local nonprofit organization. Her heart was in everything she did, from organizing events to managing donations and helping those in need. But beneath her compassion, Mary held a secret desire: to be noticed, to receive recognition for the hours she poured into her work. Her subtle longing for validation often made her feel that she was missing out, while others around her seemed to be celebrated for smaller accomplishments. One day, the organization was invited to a community award ceremony where another colleague, Anna, was recognized for a project that had taken the nonprofit to new heights. Anna was relatively new and hadn't yet formed deep bonds with everyone. Mary watched as Anna took the stage, receiving heartfelt applause. A twinge of envy gripped her heart, whispering that she had done just as much, if not more, to deserve that moment. But then, she saw Anna's expression, genuine surprise and humility. Anna had clearly not expected this recognition and looked as though she was almost overwhelmed by the honor. In that moment, Mary's perspective shifted. She realized that Anna's success wasn't about taking away from her own. Instead, it was a triumph for their shared mission. With a renewed sense of peace, Mary went over to Anna after the ceremony and embraced her. "You did an incredible job, Anna," she said warmly. "You deserve every bit of this recognition. Our work is better because of you." Anna's eyes filled with gratitude, and she hugged Mary back, deeply moved by her kindness. That night, Mary experienced a profound sense of fulfillment, a joy much greater than any applause. Her genuine celebration of Anna's success transformed her envy into admiration. And over time, Mary discovered a new strength. She made it a habit to lift others up, whether it was celebrating a colleague's achievement or encouraging a friend's dream. In doing so, she found herself surrounded by a network of gratitude and support that was richer than any solo success. Years later, when people spoke of Mary, they didn't just remember her work. They remembered her humility and her kindness. Mary had become a quiet source of encouragement, a reminder that real greatness often lies not in claiming the spotlight, but in creating a culture of appreciation and genuine support. Curiosity, after all, keeps us young. It's a reminder that we're still learning, still contributing, still here. And with thoughtful expressions, we can ensure our curiosity connects us rather than divides us. Through this, we strengthen bonds across generations, showing that respect and understanding are timeless values worth cultivating. Number 2, avoid arrogant words. We all know the type. The person who speaks with a tone that hints at superiority. But what drives someone to sound so arrogant? Often it's a defense mechanism. Arrogance can be a cover, hiding a fragile sense of self-worth that feels threatened or inadequate. Beneath arrogance lies a shaky foundation of self-esteem. For many, self-esteem is what shapes how we see ourselves and engage with the world. When that foundation falters, arrogance steps in, masking insecurities just below the surface. Those who come across as arrogant often struggle with genuine confidence, relying instead on projecting an image that says, "I am better than you." In truth, they're not trying to convince others, they're trying to convince themselves. When they succeed, they want all the credit, using achievement as proof of their worth. Yet when they fail, it's a different story. Instead of accepting fault, they shift blame, offering excuses like, "It wasn't my fault, external factors caused this." They avoid the painful truth that, like anyone else, they can make mistakes. Admitting failure would mean confronting their vulnerabilities, something they're determined to avoid. We see arrogance in everyday acts of boasting. A person might invite others to dinner, not out of kindness, but to showcase their wealth or status. They aren't genuinely sharing, they're reinforcing their own importance. Small gestures of boasting might seem harmless, but they reveal a deeper need to broadcast worth. As we mature, we realize how empty this bragging is. True confidence doesn't need to shout. Bragging doesn't elevate us in others' eyes. It exposes the weakness behind the mask. The more we boast, the more we reveal just how fragile our self-esteem really is. Here are 5 ways to let go of arrogance and nurture genuine humility. 1. Seek honest feedback. Invite constructive feedback from trusted friends, colleagues, or mentors. Actively listening to others' perspectives can help you identify blind spots in your behavior or mindset. Regular feedback keeps you grounded, reminding you of areas for growth and encouraging self-awareness. 2. Acknowledge your vulnerabilities. Embrace and openly accept areas where you feel vulnerable or unsure. Sharing these with close friends or colleagues, in appropriate situations, can shift your focus from protecting an image of perfection to building deeper, more authentic connections with others. 3. Make gratitude a habit. Regularly reflecting on what you're grateful for reminds you of how interconnected and interdependent we all are. This practice reduces any tendency to feel superior and encourages a broader perspective, seeing yourself as part of a larger whole rather than the center of it. 4. Set personal growth goals. Instead of validation goals, focus on setting goals for personal development rather than achievements that are intended to impress others. For example, aim to improve a skill or take on a challenge that's meaningful to you personally. This builds genuine self-confidence and resilience, both of which reduce the urge to prove yourself. 5. Focus on listening more than speaking. Make a habit of listening fully before responding in conversations. When you give people your full attention, you show respect for their experiences and perspectives. It shifts your focus from "what can I add?" to "what can I understand?" A shift that builds humility naturally. Make listening your priority in every conversation. When we truly listen, we give others the gift of feeling heard and valued. Try this in your next conversation. Focus entirely on what's being shared without planning your response. Notice the way the other person lights up when they realize you're present with them. This practice isn't about coming up with the perfect reply, but about understanding fully before speaking. By doing this, you'll notice a shift in how others respond to you, building a deeper sense of respect, empathy, and even humility within yourself. Integrating these practices into your life can help you to replace the need for validation with an authentic confidence, making it easier to relate to others with openness and respect. Humility, however, doesn't need validation. It stands firm, rooted in a quiet confidence that requires no praise. True self-worth doesn't come from putting on a show or hiding behind excuses. When we give without needing recognition, when we admit mistakes without defensiveness, we build a stronger sense of self. This kind of self-esteem doesn't crumble with failure, nor does it boast in success. It's steady, resilient, and grounded in reality. Instead of proving ourselves with arrogant words, let our actions do the talking. A thoughtful gesture, a kind word, a simple act of generosity. These speak louder than any boast ever could. Arrogance is nothing but a shield for insecurity. True confidence shines when we embrace our vulnerabilities, accept our flaws, and connect with others as we are. As we journey through life, there comes a time to release emotions like anger, jealousy, and greed. These feelings anchor us to a past that no longer serves us, chaining us to things we've gained or lost, moments of achievement or disappointment. But those things don't define us now. What truly matters is how we live in this present moment, embracing a sense of calm and fulfillment. Anger often springs from a hidden place of loneliness, a quiet fear that perhaps we no longer matter as we once did. But allowing this fear to lead us only disrupts our peace. Holding on to anger lets it chip away at our well-being, stealing the time we have left. Each remaining day is far too precious to waste on emotions that only drain us. Instead, let's welcome a life filled with contentment, free from grievances and unmet expectations of the past. Releasing anger opens the door to tranquility. With a clear heart, we're free to embrace the present, unburdened by old wounds. It's a choice to find peace within ourselves, to accept life as it is, and to live each day with gratitude. This inner peace is a gift we owe to ourselves. It reminds us that we're here, still capable of joy and connection, still able to savor life. No anger, no frustration can steal this from us unless we give it permission. 1. Channel emotions into creative outlets. Use anger or frustration as fuel for creativity. Engage in activities like writing, painting, gardening, or playing music to express emotions in a constructive way. Creativity transforms energy that might otherwise linger in a negative form into something productive and even beautiful. 2. Develop a routine of positive reflection. Each night, reflect on the day's moments that brought you peace or joy. This routine gradually shifts focus away from negative emotions by emphasizing the positive experiences of each day. Over time, it reinforces the habit of finding calm and contentment, even in small things. 3. Nurture relationships with patience and openness. Connect with others in a way that leaves anger or resentment behind. Listen without judgment and practice patience, allowing genuine conversations and connections to flourish. This openness enriches relationships, making them a source of strength and joy, rather than a reminder of past hurts. 4. Limit exposure to negativity. Be mindful of sources that stir up negative emotions, whether it's certain social media content, news, or discussions. Instead, fill your environment with uplifting influences, books, music, or people who bring peace and positivity. This conscious choice helps create a calm mental space, free from unnecessary negativity. 5. Embrace physical movement as a release. Physical activities such as walking, yoga, or even gentle stretching help release pent-up emotions, reducing stress and tension. Moving the body has a grounding effect, clearing the mind and restoring a sense of calm, which naturally shifts focus from anger or frustration to inner peace and well-being. So let's allow anger to pass by, like a gust of wind that needn't linger. Every moment offers an invitation to rest in peace, to love openly, and to cherish the life we still hold. Beauty surrounds us in the quietest, simplest moments, waiting to be seen by a clear heart. Let's choose to live freely, untethered from the pain of the past, open to the peace and joy that each day brings. Protecting the present from the past. We all carry the weight of past mistakes and regrets. Once we reveal those dark stories, they no longer belong only to us. They become part of someone else's reality. And once shared, those words cannot be taken back. We cannot control how others will internalize what we reveal. That shared vulnerability can become a tool, one that may be used against us, intentionally or not. The more we share our flaws, the more we risk giving someone ammunition to hurt us. What might seem like an innocent confession in the moment can later be twisted into a weapon, brought up in an argument, or resurfaced unexpectedly. These revelations can change how others see us and how we see ourselves. Dwelling on past mistakes reinforces them, wearing away at our self-esteem. It can even begin to overshadow who we are today. When we share too much about our darker moments, it can shift the way those around us, partners, friends, family, see us. Even when they care deeply, it's difficult to ignore past baggage. Constantly revisiting these memories reinforces them in our minds, making it harder to escape self-doubt and negative self-perceptions. If we realize too late that we've overshared, it can have lasting consequences. Relationships, no matter how strong, can crumble under the weight of too much negativity, especially when it's about a past that can't be changed. As we mature, we learn the importance of choosing what to share. This isn't about hiding parts of ourselves, but about being wise and discerning. We don't need to dig up past failures to build meaningful connections. Instead of focusing on mistakes, we can share the growth we've achieved, the lessons we've learned, and the positive changes we've embraced. This allows us to create a narrative of resilience and progress. By constantly revisiting our flaws, we risk seeing ourselves only through a negative lens. Our past does not define us, but bringing it up repeatedly can make it feel that way. Not every story needs to be told, and not every mistake needs to be remembered. Protecting the present means leaving certain things in the past. There is power in focusing on who we are now and where we're headed. By acknowledging our strengths and growth rather than dwelling on past regrets, we preserve our self-esteem. This doesn't mean we deny our mistakes. It means we don't let them control our current narrative. When we share positive insights, we allow others to see us for who we are today. Trust in relationships doesn't demand full disclosure of every misstep. It's about sharing what's essential to build bonds while keeping enough of ourselves protected to maintain our self-worth. In choosing what we reveal, we ensure that our stories strengthen relationships rather than create regret or hurt. Letting our actions and present selves speak for who we are now frees us from the shadow of the past. We are defined not by our flaws, but by the growth and resilience we've gained through life. Speaking thoughtfully and sharing carefully allows us to honor our journey without letting past mistakes overshadow who we've become. The choice to embrace positivity. As the years pass, health challenges become more common, and it's easy to find ourselves dwelling on them. Yet when we let ailments dominate our conversations, we risk shrinking our world to the size of our discomfort. Yes, our bodies may have limitations, but our lives are richer than a list of symptoms and prescriptions. Focusing on illness can feel cathartic in the moment, yet it often darkens the mood, pulling us and those we're with deeper into negativity. We've all seen it. Groups where discussions revolve around doctors, medications, and ailments. Back pain, high blood pressure, arthritis, the list goes on. Sharing these experiences can feel natural, even necessary, but do we realize how easily this habit can overshadow the brighter parts of our lives? It's as if illness becomes our identity, defining us more than our interests, our experiences, or our passions. Yet we can choose another approach. Imagine if, when we gather, we steered the conversation toward what lifts us up. What if we took a moment to compliment one another, to share a light-hearted story, or to appreciate something as simple as a sunny day? positivity spreads quickly. When we plant seeds of joy in our conversations, they blossom, leaving us feeling lighter and brighter. This doesn't ignore the reality of our challenges. Instead, it lets us rise above them. Shifting focus uplifts not only our spirits, but also those around us. The truth is, emotions are powerful at any age, but as we grow older, they hold even more sway over our well-being. Saying "I'm so tired" or "it's just too much" doesn't simply reflect a feeling. It reinforces it, deepening the mental and physical weight of the experience. The more we linger on negativity, the more our minds and bodies sink into that state. Instead, by choosing to see the good around us, we create a balance, a lighter, healthier perspective. Staying positive requires intention, especially when health isn't what it used to be. But optimism and a light-hearted outlook can redefine our days. Many of us are living longer than ever, often with health conditions to manage. But this doesn't mean resigning to a life of constant focus on illness. Instead, we can choose to live well, finding new ways to connect, stay engaged, and embrace life's small joys. Our words and thoughts play a pivotal role in shaping this experience. So the next time we're tempted to vent about a health issue, let's pause. Let's ask ourselves, will this conversation lift the moment or weigh it down? By focusing on what's meaningful, amusing, or positive, we transform our words into tools of peace and encouragement. In doing so, we create a space of light for ourselves and for others. Life, even with its challenges, can be joyful. The choice to speak with kindness, to focus on gratitude and present moments, allows us to enjoy deeper connections and a sense of fulfillment. We have the power to shape our reality and to build days filled with laughter, appreciation, and a sense of well-being. This is the gift of positivity, a gift we give to ourselves and those we love. Thank you for spending your time with us. We hope these 9 reminders sparked some reflection on the importance of guarding certain aspects of your life to protect your peace and preserve meaningful connections. In a world that often values oversharing, there is real strength in knowing when to hold back and keep things sacred. If any of these insights resonated with you, or if you've had personal experiences related to this, we would love to hear from you. Share your thoughts, stories, or reflections in the comments below. Your voice enriches our community and inspires others to reflect as well. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, share it with those who may benefit, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Your support allows us to continue creating content that inspires self-awareness, thoughtful living, and personal growth. Thank you for being here with us today, and we can't wait to see you in our next video. Until then, take care, and remember the power of what you choose to keep close.